So this Kemi, the head of Conservative Party for the UK, na table shaker. One Nigeria, this guy, his name na be James Akiwade. He don't go buy wetin laws, go give am for their party headquarters. Make I tell you everything, because many people they don react to this matter. Oh, they don react, they dey vex, they dey para. Okay, I go tell you wetin dey go on so that you go get the full picture. But before we start, make you no forget to subscribe to my channel, this channel. Don't forget to like, share, and drop your comment. Press the notification bell so that anytime I drop video, they will just show you wetin happen. Now on Sunday, I saw news where they say she made a speech. That speech, she come mention Nigeria again. Remember when she talk say police stole her brother's shoe and wristwatch? People say, why you talk like that? Including me. People just talk like that, so you are not patriotic. Me, I joined them, but today, I support them. I will tell you. This is Kemi, the head of the UK Conservative Party. Wetin happen? She don't talk so many things against the Nigeria government. The first speech wey she make, she talk say police stole her brother's shoe and watch. She can't talk again this time just few days ago. Me, I saw the news, so I said I no go talk about this one because I know say Nigeria go react. Make her wait for their reaction. True. Wetin she talk for this one? She talk say she experienced how people wey rich for her family come dey poor because of terrible government wey dey Nigeria at that time. When this young man be like say come see the new speech again, say e be like say na this shoe matter na him dey pay this woman o, me I go buy the shoe for her. So now let's watch wetin Kemi talk again wey come dey provoke another anger. Watch it.
And why does this matter so much to me? It's because I know what it is like to have something and then to lose it. And I don't want Britain to lose what it has. I grew up in a poor country, and I watched my relatively wealthy family become poorer and poorer and poorer, despite working harder and harder as their money disappeared with inflation. I came back to the UK, age 16, with my father's last £100 in the hope of a better life. So I have lived with the consequences of terrible governments that destroy lives, and I never, ever want that to happen here.
You see am so? E be like say when James Akiwade come watch that one, now she go replay the old video when they interview Kemi. And the video, now be this.
Do you trust the British police?
I do. But remember my experience with the police in Nigeria was very negative. And coming to the UK, my first experience with the police was very positive. The police in Nigeria would rob us. So when people say, I had this bad experience with the police because I'm black and they're white, I was like, well, I remember the police stole my brother's shoes and his watch.
His shoes?
Yeah, they took his shoes and his watch. It's a very poor country. So, people do all sorts of things, and giving people a gun is just a license to intimidate.
You see, say the interviewer so, she can't talk, say, UK police better say Nigeria police they thief people tease. Now this one goes say, it be like say this new speech where she draws so about terrible government. It be like say now the shoe, now see the pin about. Me I go buy the shoe. Now this guy go buy the shoe. See how this guy watch the old video of shoe, come go buy the shoe.
My experience with the police in Nigeria was very negative, and coming to the UK, my first experience with the police was very positive. The police in Nigeria would rob us. So when people say, I have this bad experience with the police because I'm black and they're white, I was like, I remember the police stole my brother's shoes and his watch.
His shoes?
Yeah, they took his shoes and his watch. It's a very poor country, so people do all sorts of things, and
Thank you so much. All right, sir. What's your name?
Now, the question where I want to ask James Akiwade, he does settle the shoe and watch matter. he don buy them, carry them go the party's headquarters. Say make dem give am, make he comot Nigeria for her mouth. I'm not sure say she go comot am for her mouth because James also needs to help us fix this one, the economy, because the economy since even when Kemi left sef, the still dey go down. So James, thank you. You don help us solve the issue of stolen shoes and watch. Help us also fix this economy. Can James assist us to fix the economy so that next time she no go talk again? As if that one never enough, na they call us Daniel Bwala say all this thing wey Kemi dey talk, e go affect investors. See wetin him talk.
So do you think then that, this sort of conversation which the Conservative leader of the UK party, the leader of the Conservative Party in the UK, Mrs. Kemi Badenoch, has been making, do you think it will have any effect whatsoever on the potential investors that have been trying to bring in?
Well, in the case of Kemi Badenoch, at this level, she is a leader of the opposition. She's not like the leader of the government in power. The government in power is one that shaped the policy. The opposition markets their policy, and they are hoping to come back because they just lost the government. I do not think that the rhetoric, first of all, we definitely celebrate Kemi being a Nigerian woman. If you have lived long enough in Nigeria to see the challenges that women face, and then you see a woman breaking through not just in Nigeria but outside of Nigeria, you can't but celebrate her. And that to us is massive achievement to have a woman like her, smart, intelligent, and not just thriving in the UK, potentially likely to be the Prime Minister of England if the party probably wins. The only problem we have with Kemi, I think, is the rhetoric. Because Kemi belongs to the right base in the United Kingdom, which is what you see in this populism around the world, that you can deepen on your support system if you can feed off of the anger of the people. And so she's building a rhetoric of denigrating Nigeria, demarcating Nigeria, so she can probably win the acceptance or acceptation of the rights in her party. And that to me is counterproductive, because if you look at Rishi Sunak, he is also from Indian origin. There has been this issue of gang rape in India. He has never used that as a weapon to promote what he believed to be a departure from what is likely to be believed as hereditary or history of the Indian people. But she has always denigrated Nigeria. She grew up to a part in Nigeria. She went to school. So there's a part of her that is a product of Nigeria, apart from the fact that she was born to Nigerian parents. And then secondly, Nigeria is not the problem of the United Kingdom. Recently, there was a report about gang rape in the UK that spanned, I think, over close to 20 years, where the police were held culpable by not reporting because they thought that if they did that, it was going to be considered as profiling. Do you know she has not talked about that? There are knife crime every time in the United Kingdom. You can count a number of things enough to demarcate the United Kingdom if you wanted to.
Yeah, but you think that all of this statement then will have no effect on, the marketing efforts we're making in Nigeria?
I don't think that it will have effect. One, because she's not the government in power. Usually, this international diplomacy, collaboration, or relationship is a dealing between government to government. Now, because she's not the government in power, it will not have that effect. But secondly, because she's a Nigerian, investors will also, they're smart enough to assess what you say, whether it is born out of rhetoric or it is born out of genuine, belief that the Nigeria is not a place for a destination for investment.
This Professor Bolaji, they say make a comment on wetin Kemi talk again. He thought say she will soon learn. She will learn.
I'd like to close the program to get your view on Ms. Badenoch and a continued negative narrative against Nigeria. It does look like a campaign to the UK people about how she feels about Nigeria.
She's how the daughter of a professor of Unilag, a father who was a medical doctor, a girl who went to the international school at Unilag, will make it sound like she was selling groundnuts and selling water in Lagos in order to advance her political career. She will soon learn that you don't throw your own people and your own culture under the bus in order to advance your career. She's making a mistake, but she will soon learn. She will soon learn.
She could learn from Oyibo very to say, they condemn the country where you come from. Femi Fani-Kayode can drop long bomb for Twitter. I don't want Britain to be poor like Nigeria. My wedding family became poorer there because of terrible government. They quote Kemi. Wetin he can reply Kemi. Femi said, I would rather live in poor Nigeria than in a rich Britain where men marry men, women marry women, homo and by gbasgbos is encouraged. E talk say where they dey sleep with small children, na that place dem dey celebrate am. E talk say those one wey be say dem be men before, dem come say they don be women, vice versa. E say where dem dey empower them. E say where human being dey sleep with animal, where dem dey tolerate am, say e no wan stay there. E say where people no know the difference between man and woman again. E say e no wan stay for that pervert, deviant and child, that type of place where all this one hold sway. Say children are gbasgbos because of policy of social media, no one talk am. Where politicians are sleeping with small children, e say e no wan stay for that type of country because you don dey talk against Nigeria since. As if UK no get wetin dem go use yab dem. Make I tell you say they get plenty. Okay? Because if Nigeria and they do these things now, if they talk and make I help you talk and be like say na that tone na if Femi dey reply Kemi. He said, I would rather live in poor Nigeria than rich Britain where Christians are derided. Me say where Christians are ridiculed, Muslim hated, churches empty, mosques they bomb them. When we say black people, they treat them like, who is this? Arabs are seen as Indians and Pakistans are regarded as something where they throw it. The man para continue. He talk say, I would rather live in poor Nigeria than rich Britain, where knife, now they commit chuku. They chuku themselves for there. Where people, when we say, they be Israeli, where they come from Israel, and they worship them. He said, where genocide enablers are war criminals, are leaders, and the right-wing political party is led by psychologically disturbed, self-hating anti-Jemima and female Okutom who suffer from low self-esteem. You know they talk about so na Kemi he dey refer to so who hates the color of her own skin, who despises her land of birth. Na Kemi still dey talk to so who has contempt for her Nigeria heritage, who takes pride in being described as the proverbial house and that is Inga, okay, and who takes pleasure in consistently they bring Nigeria down 250 million people all to please white supremacists and these people of a newfound country. You don't like yourself, you want please Oyibo because this party where she dey lead so na racist party. She dey try to separate herself, say no because I come from Nigeria you no go accept me o. I hate them too, I hate what you hate about them. Now this man dey talk so say he no proud of our own skin. Nigeria may be poor, but at least we are not subject to all these vices and afflictions. At least we hold fast to our Christian and Muslim values. We know God and we will not burn in air for eternity for trying to replace him, that is God, with our accursed arrogance, insolence, pride and vanity, and our insatiable love as celebration for wealth and power. He talk say, surely it is time to declare this insufferable creature persona non grata, person where they no welcome. Me they declare Kemi as person where they no welcome in Nigeria. The thing they pay Nigerians so well. All those our leaders, they pay them. Kemi na table shaker. One thing where I don't they see about her, he dey stubborn. She know they hear word though. I believe say the next speech where she go make na before United Nations, she go still talk about Nigeria matter. I think that is the only way where she dey feel happy. For me, last time I blame her say, why you call they attack the police? Even the police self, na product of bad governance. Na so I talk am. No. If you want talk, attack politicians. This time, she can't learn from us. Can't face bad governance. For me, I don't see anything where they wrong with that. Issue of bad governance Now make us be as we be for this country. Issue of bad governance. Now make Nigeria be as we be. Now make many people no get work. Now make crime full everywhere. Politicians they steal money. They don't care about anybody. All of them see they pack go to UK, go treat themselves, come back. All of them get houses for UK. UK na their second home. Sure, now be their home. Nigeria now be the farm. So if she face politicians like this, face bad governance like this, me I no get issue with them. Make you know say even the police they suffer from bad governance. ESCC from bad governance. All the institutions, bad governance. All the vices where they take place in Nigeria today. Now, it's the result of many, many years of bad governance. If she face them like this, the masses go clap for them. But people where it's a big pastors, they go. Now, we will see Arise Timo. They also blast and when we give our word to we will see.
Well, let's head over to the United Kingdom now, where the leader of the country's Conservative Party, Kemi Badenoch, has yet again denigrated Nigeria, saying that Nigeria destroys lives and that she does not want the consequences of the country's terrible government to play out in Britain. Badenoch spoke last Thursday while delivering her first speech of the year.
I grew up in a poor country, and I watched my relatively wealthy family become poorer and poorer and poorer, despite working harder and harder as their money disappeared with inflation. I came back to the UK, age 16, with my father's last £100 in the hope of a better life. So I have lived with the consequences of terrible governments that destroy lives, and I never, ever want that to happen here.
All right, of course, this will gather reactions. Ayo, let me take them before I come to you. This is from Adewale, who wrote, "Dear Kemi, we have moved past you. Your relentless efforts at demarketing the country of your ancestry has yielded big fruits. Ask about Deputy December in Lagos this Yuletide season. You'll get your answer." Well, another Twitter user, Biomed, wrote, "Is she saying the truth? Yes, she is. But is she meddling in Nigerian affairs? Yes. She needs to focus more on the problems of the British people. She can't keep poking Nigeria unprovoked. She forgot the British government policy keeps Nigeria poorer and poorer and poorer because of the benefits they got from Nigeria and its citizens." Ayo, your comment on Kemi Badenoch.
I've expressed myself a number of times how I feel about what Kemi Badenoch says, leader of the Conservative Party in the United Kingdom, the first black woman to occupy such a position, and a woman who happens to be from Nigeria in terms of her origin. This was her first speech this year, 2025, at Onward, a British think tank group. And she was using her personal experience to buttress a point
as always.
About how, about how it was important to not allow a government to destroy lives or make people poorer. As the first tweet or the second tweet said, was she telling the truth? To some extent. You know, the challenge about conversations or speeches like this is that there's an element of truth, even though it's also hyperbolic. There's an exaggeration there as well. She said she left Nigeria with her dad with the last £100. I mean, that has to be, there's a big question mark.
That was what got me, really.
Question mark there. I think one thing that Kemi must understand is that you can actually deliver your speeches, talk about the progress you want to make without denigrating your country. A lot of, Rishi Sunak never had to do that with India. And we know that India and Nigeria have similar challenges, even though they seem to be working out there as a bit better. Why it appeals to sensibilities of some Nigerians is because it speaks to their realities even till today. The truth is that today, some policies have impoverished some Nigerians, and so they're feeling they can connect with what she's saying. However, in terms of diplomacy, it doesn't even look good for the United Kingdom. We have enjoyed a cordial relationship with the nation for so many years. And so to begin to speak, even though it's from personal experience, is quite sad. But unfortunately, or fortunately, she's entitled to her opinion. But I think that it's time we stop giving her, this attention, because it looks like she's feeding from it, she loves it, and it's giving her that leverage. You heard the applause after she said that. It is cheap publicity. It's an easy way for her to appeal to the British public, at least those who already think this way about Nigeria.
Well, she's absolutely using that her platform in the way that she feels, some people have applauded her, saying that she needs to speak for Nigeria. I mean, we're talking about Nigeria getting poorer with, some low-income earners, the policies and all of that, inflation, and the interest rates getting higher. A quick comment, but because I wanted to tie these two together.
Auntie Jemima Badenoch. I think she has said enough about Nigeria. Her ambition is to become Prime Minister of Great Britain. She's already leader of the Conservative Party. She says she's looking for reform.
Yes.
So that Britain doesn't become Nigeria. Fine, we have heard. But if she's talking about reform, let her start with the party that she leads. That's the more urgent assignment that is before her. Because the Conservative Party, in the last poll conducted by YouGov, is slipping behind Reform UK.
Yes.
Reform UK, Nigel Farage's Reform UK has already overtaken the Conservatives. Nigel Farage has gained about 15% since the last election. The Conservative Party has gone down by about 10%. So she should be more interested in positioning our party, because that is the primary assignment that she has been given.
Well said.
Whether she left Nigeria with 100 pounds or not, who cares? Yeah. Some people left Nigeria to relocate to Britain with a small bag of gari and a bottle of granite bought by the roadside, so that at least when they get to London, they will have something to eat. She's even lucky. She has 100 pounds, and from 100 pounds now she's eating steak every lunch hour. She's spending about 25 pounds having steak.
Well said, Dr. Abati.
Good for her.
Good for her. Well, talking about policies that have impoverished Nigeria.
You don't see the matter now. Everybody they para. Everybody they para. As I said, for me, which they face politicians. Because all the politicians, they did that side. Some people they prison for there. Alamasia, remember, and then they catch her. Ibori, and there, remember. Ekweremadu, there. Any politician will not get asked for UK, will not invest for UK. Let's say, body, they push them. So if she can be giving them what and go like her. What do you think? Drop it in the comment section. Thank you.